Hello and happy August from an August baby. And this video is being shot by another August baby. Ooh, baby. We begin with a very poor decision made by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. It's just a bad idea, and it's your own fault. You put yourself in this position. You put China in a position to leverage you. And you took the bait. There is no benefit to going to Taiwan, and there is potential cost. Everything to me is plus minus, pro, con, cost, benefit. There are no pros. There's nothing to be gained here, and potentially this is going to heighten international tensions one way or the other, and you have given Xi leverage in this. It's going to make things worse in Southeast Asia. Beyond that, up to now, we've done a pretty good job of wedging ourselves between China and Russia. This is going to give Xi a reason to try to get the band back together and potentially aid Russia, at least by providing armaments for their war in Ukraine. Madam Speaker, it was a bad idea. And beyond that, you just faced the President of the United States in a week where he needs to be worrying about Kyrsten Sinema and not you. That's a bad idea. Let me say this without equivocation. GOP senators, get your act together right now and pass this burn pit legislation. This is on you, and this time I don't want to hear any crap about how both sides are equally guilty. Maybe if you chart it over time, but this time, no. This is on you. And it's not too much for us to ask you to do the right thing because it's the right thing for once. Okay, we're going to learn about the Deshaun Watson decision this morning. Interesting things going on here. The NFLPA says it's not going to appeal one way or the other. Makes me wonder, because I can go conspiracy theorist on you sometime. Has this decision been leaked? And is the NFLPA aware of it? And does it mean that Watson is getting off relatively light? Might do that. Now, they're still threatening a federal lawsuit if they don't like the result. My view, Deshaun Watson deserves an indefinite suspension of at least a year. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, so we'll kind of see how that plays out. Yesterday, we lost the greatest athlete in the history of American team sports. We also lost a giant of an American. Bill Russell was absolutely amazing. And I know I'm a little bit of a codger, but for you youngsters who say, well, Bill Russell couldn't play, please don't embarrass yourself. Okay, I'm not calling you stupid. I would never do that. But I am calling you ignorant, because that guy had more quickness and timing than anybody who ever played the game. Beyond that, he held us as a nation to a higher standard. He wouldn't let us give up on us. And sometimes he did it with humor, and sometimes he did it with the hammer. But he never relented, ever. And the other thing, if you study him, and I hope you do because he's a fascinating American figure, if you study him, he was the greatest teammate ever because he had so much respect for his teammates. And what that meant to him should be an inspiration for all of us. He was the greatest teammate ever. And I will tell you, this is kind of weird. It was 4 days ago that I asked myself, what am I going to do when Bill Russell dies? And understand, I had no idea that his death was imminent or that he was ill in any way. I didn't know that. I did know that he was 88 years old. And I did know, and I do know, that he's my favorite athlete ever, as an athlete and a person. All I can say is that that was a life richly, richly lived. And he not only raised the quality of sport and established a standard of integrity in sports, but he also established a standard of social responsibility and integrity for all of us. I'm going to end right now. The first thing I think when I think Bill Russell is teammate. Without elaboration, I just lost a good one. We are radically rash.